people, so today I'm going to be showing you all how I got my jumbo box braids. But before I do that, I just gonna give some background info to how many packs of hair I use and stuff like that, tips and tricks for you guys with short attention spans. If you just want to see how I did the braids, then you can go ahead and click this time. Just adjust the time bar to this time right here and it'll take you to exactly where I start braiding my hair. I have several videos on my channel on how I do box braids. But I don't think I've ever done braids quite this big, and I wanted to do this video kind of different because I wasn't getting what I was looking for when I was watching YouTube videos. So for starters, I'm just gonna start off with how many braids that I have in my head. You know, like especially how many packs of hair you use, considering the type of braid that you want. I couldn't find really a lot of information on that and stuff. But let me tell you guys what I did. To achieve this hairstyle, I went to the beauty supply store and I bought 10 packs of this silky jumbo braid hair in the color 30/144. So this is the brand here. I think I used this brand several times in the past. I'm not too fond of the color just because my roots are so dark. I used 9 packs of this hair. Each pack of hair gave me 3 braids, guys. I used 9 packs of hair and I have a total of 26 braids in my head. I did have 1 piece of braiding hair left over. I did 2 new things that I normally don't do, that I haven't ever done before when I did these braids. Those things were I used the rubber band method and I used a new method of securing the hair to my head. Normally what I do with the hair is I take the hair, you know, you fold it in half, wrap it around. I will take the hair and those two segments of the hair would be 2 strands, and then my own hair would be the 3rd strand. That's normally how I do my braids, just like that. And then I would, once my hair would run out, I would exchange hair from one of the other braids and make that the 3rd strand after my hair run out. But this time I didn't do that. I did the method where you take all your hair and you separate 1/3 of that hair and make that a single strand. And I was like, okay, so that's the method that I did for my hair. It took me a total of about 7 hours. 7:35 is when I started, and I finished at like 2:15 or something. So it took me about 7 hours. Keep in mind, I am not a fast braider. I get distracted easily. I was watching movies, like yelling at the screen, because braiding is not fun to me. I just can't sit there and braid super fast. Me taking that long does not mean that my braids were perfect, because they're definitely not. I'm just a slow braider. It could take somebody else maybe 2 hours to do 26 braids, but it took me 7 hours. I didn't use the rubber band method for every single braid, but in this area I did the rubber band method and it makes it look so much neater. But I will be redoing some in the front just because I don't like the position of them. So these that you see on the side, I'm going to be redoing and bringing them closer to the front. I just don't like the way it looks being so pushed back when these are like the braids that are at they're at my edges. So I'm going to position the braid closer to my edges because this is more so on the back. I'm also going to redo this braid right here because it is not centered. It's more so going to the right than in the middle. So I'm going to redo that braid. And then this braid right here, I did not use the rubber band method, so it's a little loose and I want to fix that. So I have a few braids that I want to correct. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's get started. Okay guys, so I turned the exposure up so you guys could see, but you see how far I had the rubber band pulled to the back? Also with the rubber band method, I do not recommend that you guys like try to pull the rubber bands out, just cut them out. I bought these rubber bands from the beauty supply store. It's just the one that has 500 in them, and these were $2. Now before I actually start on this section, what I do is I moisturize my hair. Every section of my braids, I take this Cream of Nature's Butterlicious Curls hydrating cream and I put that on my hair because I want my hair to be super moisturized while it's in the braids. So I take this right here and then I take some oil and I put that over it as well to kind of seal in that moisture. Even though I've already done this section, I just want to show you guys what I did. And then towards the ends, I apply a little bit of my Eco Styler gel. Normally that is all that I would do for a section, but since I'm using the rubber band method, I use my Got To Be glue gel, which I use all the time in my natural hair at the base of the section. So this is what I'm gonna go with. And just for a little bit of tightness, I will pull it with just a little bit. And this section is ready to be braided. I'm gonna use the braiding hair that was already braided with this braid because the ends are tapered and everything already. But I'm gonna show you how I separate the braiding hair on a strand, on the leftover strand. This is the braiding hair here. I've already kind of separated the ends on it, you see, and I just separate the ends. I kind of wrap the hair around my fingers and I pull the hair out like this just to feather it out. That's what I do. I pull each end I do that with. I just try to feather it out. I also kind of spread the hair between my fingers and I kind of just pull that hair out. It's about how much hair that each of my strands are. So I take this big piece of hair and I separate out 1/3 of the hair. This is 1/3, this is 2/3. So what I do is I crisscross the 1/3 piece of hair around the 2/3. I hope this isn't confusing, but then when you hold the 1/3 piece together, it should equal the density of your other strands. So now all the strands are the same, okay? You're gonna be holding it like this, 2/3, 1/3. The way I do it is I open up the 2/3 piece of hair, okay? So this is the piece that's opening. 1/3, 2/3. I put my hair in between the 2/3 pieces of hair. Now this is the 1/3 piece right here, okay? And then I do a loop and then I begin braiding. Just like that. I don't have to do the hair transfer with this method because it's already 3 strands. To ensure that my braids don't come loose until I get ready to dip them, I take a little piece of hair away from all the hair. I take a little piece of hair and I wrap the hair around my fingers and I grab it from the other side. Then I pull that piece of hair down and it is now locked in place and this braid will not unravel. Now that the braid is completed, I just smooth out the braid and the braid looks good. Okay y'all, so I just finished this braid. Turned out really good. It's more centered this time. Even the end this time looks better. Before, the end was a little jacked. I'm glad y'all didn't see it, but the end this time is amazing. Yes girl, I did that. But Okay guys, so this is the finished product. I've redone this braid, the edges, the two like behind this row, and I did some like in the back, on the sides that I wasn't feeling. So yeah, this is the finished product and I'm super happy with them now. I'm still not super into the color, but I think just the overall appearance of the braids look better. You guys can also see I did like triangular parts when I was doing this. And a tip to make these to not take so long while braiding your hair is that I sectioned my hair before I started. So before I started braiding my hair, before I went to the hair store, I sectioned my hair beforehand. So I already knew that I wanted like 3 braids in the back, so I made that one row. So I just took a comb, went across my head and made a part for the back, and then I went up a little bit more like right here. And I know I wanted 4 braids on the next row. And for all of my braids today, I did not use rubber bands, but for better, tighter, more neater looking parts, I do like the rubber bands. And to just remove them, or if I don't like the position of the rubber band, I don't pull the rubber band out. I simply cut it, snip, snip. I lay my little baby hairs down or whatever. And that's pretty much it. I do like the way they look. If you have any more questions about these braids, you wanna know how I maintain them, I will let you know as well. But let me know below and I'll see you guys in my next video.